So have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters, by the way?
Bro, you know what? I actually haven't seen it. I think. Did my dad say he saw it, bro? I'll be looking bad embarrassing, bro. He saw it before I did.
It's like the last day of my month, yeah, we gon' throw a little celebration. And this is not the end, just like 808s after graduation. I know I get a little corny, but I'm still winning. Shout out Jason Tatum. I don't really got the answers, never will, but I'll never stop swaying. For a second, stop praying. I was going to sleep in the AM. You could check on my dorm, it was vacant. There was no one but me who could save me. Damn it, no wonder she thought I was crazy. Would I rather be loved or be hated? Nowadays, I don't care about the ratings, just pay me. The music been testing my patience like ATO drivers, they breaking.
First of all, it's gonna be my first actual concert that I've ever done. So this is definitely a big step for me. I feel like I've had this idea to have this type of concert for a really long time now. Really, it's been just trying to prioritize it in the midst of like all the exam seasons, just being a student as well at Tech. It's not been the easiest. A lot of just nights where, I have to decide between sleep, school, or music. The title of this concert is Work in Progress, and I think that concept really just puts it all into perspective because none of this is of what I'm striving for, what I'm shooting for is perfection. I'm gonna have a music stand with like half of my lyrics on there because there's just no way with the time that I have right now, because I'm still writing stuff. Like none of this is literally finished at all at the time that we're recording this, which is like 3 days before the concert. So work in progress just means like a leap of faith, and it's kind of just an acceptance of, hey, putting something out there that is still in progress is better than just not putting anything out there. Obviously, all this stuff, a lot of this is very last minute. I'm trying to write. So obviously, I'm gonna give myself grace. I'm not gonna try to memorize it. A lot of people are like, oh, if you have like the lyrics, then it's more of like you're reading it versus it being a performance versus you performing it. But I actually think for me, it's the opposite a lot of times. I feel like I'm trying to read it when I don't look at my lyrics. I made a flyer for this concert, and in the bottom right corner, it says hashtag kind of super low key. Super Low Key was Asian American collective that had a lot of very influential Korean Americans from Atlanta participate in that project, and it branched itself off from kind of the traditional Korean atmosphere, and also wasn't very traditionally Atlantan either. There's this idea of like community there, and I think what we're missing a lot right now is that sense of community. So I wouldn't say I'm trailblazing with this. In fact, I'm following the trail that had been blazed for me. As someone who wasn't able to be a part of that collective when it was around, that's kind of something that I long for now as as an up and coming Korean American in the Atlanta scenes. I've been moving fast, 1,000 miles per hour the days. Feel like minutes to seconds, fast by like hours. I work on looking up, kind of glimpses of the pencil tower, the lights. We lifted up when we didn't need any power, counting hours. The stars getting brighter like rock powers. I'm trying to focus out for a minute and claim the tracks louder. But even the best kimchi is made sour flavors on the track from mints with gochu coated powder. I believe we're all connected hand in hand as we live with these plots from God to man. This is unmarked waters and questionably quicksand. I'm a poet by heart, but my lungs will say I swam. I know we're all connected. I see a photon come down on the stretch of 85. Like from New York to me, that's advantage to OC. Always knew there was a path back when no one knew me. I think if you see me first, if you read my resume first, a lot of things will definitely point towards me being Korean before anything else. I think if you hear me first, you might think something in between. My voice is more so a product of my environment, and that's a little bit more telling of kind of where I come from versus my outward appearance or my personal experience. In terms of kind of how people perceive me from that, I definitely think it leans towards the Korean side of things. But once you really combine what you see visually, what you read on paper, and what you audibly hear from me, I think you get the best picture of me, and that is a blend of each of those cultures that has influenced me, because it's definitely not one or the other. It's definitely not a black or white thing. I think my whole kind of self is something that's been invested in the gray area of that. So all right, so I'm a little worried because we got tonight I'll probably do an all-nighter, finish some schoolwork, catch up on that, also finish writing a lot of the songs, at least 2 of the songs. And then also on Wednesday, I'll probably like have a regular day, try and just sleep well Wednesday night. And then Thursday, I have time during the day, but Thursday night, I got Friendsgiving and then birthday parties, so I might be cooked. After that might be my last night. And then Friday is game time, so it's low-key. I wanted to say before that like crazier things have happened, but I think this might be the craziest night of my life. So we shall see how things go. I'm a little worried though.
Check. Yell into that shit. Wait. Okay, you're good now.
And I think it'll be fine. It'll be like
I think so too. Okay. Hello. You got enough cable?
Yeah, so
you got technique?
Cora brought the extra RCA.
Huge.
So we have.
I have some as well, but.
I tried to. Wait, but it was supposed to be summer.
Okay, how are you feeling right now?
Hey, I'm a little
excited.
Yeah. I came in a rush, a little late, but I'm ready to see my artist, I was running late, it was raining, it was like I'm rushing to a concert. I don't know if I was gonna get parking or not. I found parking right over here. Saw my boy, look at my boy over there. Chopping the shit up.
Oh wait, that's Lucas.
Yep, yeah.
Anyway, you excited?
So excited.
Okay. Alright, what's your name?
I'm Lucas.
Alright, and how are you feeling right now?
Super excited. Can't wait to hear all the amazing artists, especially Micah.
How long have you known Micah? How long have you been listening?
We were together at birth, basically. Yeah, that's my twin.
So how are you feeling?
So much going on. I can't be scared because I don't have any like room in my brain to like even think about that right now.
Yeah.
But main concern right now is I don't know. I just don't know how it's gonna go. I'm very excited, but I'll have at least like about 30 to 40 minutes to chill while Jacob starts his set. And then once it's finished with that, then it's transition game and it's got to be strong. So I have no clue how it's gonna go, but I'm very excited. I'm just glad that it's happening.
How's your voice feeling?
See, I can't even think about that right now. I'm trying to. I got like a Diet Coke on me, and I got my tea somewhere as well. Oh, I just brewed some more tea, so I'm gonna go get that, and then we're gonna try, bro. Yeah.
All right. Well, best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. I feel like one of the things that I've always tried to do with my music is I don't want it to be a persona. I just want it to be an extension of myself. When some people hear my music for the first time, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was you. And sometimes I don't really know how to react to that just because I don't think I want there to be, that type of separation in between kind of what you see and what you get. If we're meeting up and I just met you for the first time and I'm like, hey, I do music, then I would probably doubt that, that expectation would match up with what I put out today. Whether that's an ethnic thing or whether that's just simply because I like to think that my music still deviates from what is popular today. I wouldn't necessarily put it all on, you see me as a Korean and you expect something. So even when I say I'm a hip hop artist, you still might not get the correct expectation for what my music actually is, just because I still deviate from both Korean music and hip hop music. So it's definitely a tricky slope because I want people to recognize my music and come to my music for a certain expectation that they do have. But I feel like many times that expectation, regardless of what the reasoning is, falls short of what people might be expecting. Yeah. First off, I just want to thank you guys all for being here. The hope is that this doesn't get bounced out and that we can do this again at some point soon. This is definitely a group effort. We got speakers from Cora, hella cables from Cora. We had Jacob on the decks right here. We appreciate you, brother. It's gonna be like a hot minute. Yeah, let's get started.
Micah.
It's interesting to think of my ethnicity as a commodity in hip hop because I oftentimes saw it as I think it could be a commodity in music, but in terms of hip hop, I feel like sometimes I actually struggle with less so of the ethnic side of things, but more so the cultural side of things in Atlanta, and kind of blending like what does it look like to treat myself as someone from here, There was a time period when I was had just gotten back from one of my trips to Korea. I don't think I was thinking this directly, but probably something along the lines of like, I should capitalize off of me being Korean. But then when you write that on paper and you take it a couple years since then, I'm like, it's really hard to capitalize on being Korean in hip hop. I never want to use a single part of like to pick and choose from my identity and be like, okay, this is gonna help me in the long run. This is gonna help me with my music career, because obviously that's like antithetical to like what I am, who I am as an artist. So, and like I said, I think that music was the one spot that I kind of didn't have to worry about my Koreanness, but then at the same time I had another issue of like worrying about my like Atlanta-ness in terms of how much do I belong there as well. So it's always been a push and pull in every culture that I've been attributed with is that, it's I don't want to be half in, half out, but when people see me, they're like, oh, you're kind of half in, half out. I want to, claim all these different things, but at the end of the day, I can't replace where I truly am from. As I think I mature, I think that will slowly be a question that's a little bit easier to answer. What if I turn the clock back? What if... Let's go. Loyalty or way of life. Me and all my homies riding so we stay alive. Trying to do what we love, cause that's the thing we like. No distractions, silent mission, bringing on the vibes. It's Atlanta, South Korea, let's elaborate. Yeah, it's our own world, no one else can compensate. I just don't know if like I love this. I love that album. I love this song, but like I don't know. I'm so far past like technically, like on technicalities, but I don't know. It could be fun. Let's see. The concept is just there is no place like Atlanta, South Korea. The only place that you can go to be in Atlanta, South Korea is to have the same roots that I did, whether that is being Korean American or being American Korean. I was trying with that album. I was trying to invite people into my world. That was kind of the whole goal with Atlanta, South Korea. Do that. I'm gonna have to rewrite the whole thing. Like, I don't know. I mean, I could. Yeah. Hey, you know, this is Atlanta, South Korea right here. Yeah. Home sweet home, baby. Home sweet home. Welcome to my world with loyalty, your way of life. Me and all my homies riding so we stay alive. Try to do what we love, cause that's the thing we like. No distractions on a mission, bringing all the vibes. It's Atlanta, South Korea, let's elaborate. It's our own world, no one else can compensate. Name is 404, but ROK still call my name. 50-50, heterozygous carry up the trace. 100 degrees, that's just how it is when I be hooping. Watch my fingers let splash, my sweat is dripping. Drop cross, boom, now we social distance. Be the team, I'm the man, yeah, we always winning. Let me 10 for 10, let it be like that blessing wins. We know simple tennis, lyrics go straight to their heads. All across the world, shout out Micah Lim. On Atlanta to Korea, we got stories, man. My earliest memory of Korean culture, especially, kind of blending into my day-to-day life. One white girl, she brings up like K-pop, and I was just like, that's so odd. I might have been like potentially ashamed of that side of Korean culture. because at the time K-pop seemed so like feminine as well. And at that time, you know, when you're like a fifth grader, you're like, you know, you're trying to be that guy. And then so to have that, like that type of Korean culture, K-pop culture come up, for me, I think I was on the side of like, I don't know about this yet. You know, this is kind of weird for me to experience all this like coming at me full force. Now in my position where, you know, I've moved past all that and I have, you know, fully embraced Korean music especially, as well as a lot of parts of Korean culture in my day-to-day. I think there slightly is now a higher demand for who I am, like for my identity in today's like music scene. I think the demand, you know, it was low before and it's a little bit higher now. It's still like not super high, but I think that has kind of shifted up. It's like, oh, okay, like for example, if you're like a collaborating artist, they're like, oh, there might be some like profitability surrounding like my Korean identity.
Were we able to get the wine open?
Oh, it's open.
Hey! I don't know why I'm so excited for that. Let me show. Like I've been prepping this whole week, right? Just because I'm like, we gotta make it right. Also, I'm so sorry if I like can't make eye contact with anyone here because of the stand. We're just gonna try and make it through the set, like I said. And again, thank you guys for being out here. This is More Gifts, remix by Mike. I got a feeling this the last that you gon' hear from me. It used to be, this life gon' feel the fire. Now I feel the breeze and truancy. Low-key been my thoughts, they just appear in dreams. It's screwing me. 1942, the only clear me. Been stacking on that clarity. That's only cause I need to breathe. I don't need no good Samaritan. It's too painful being near to me. All my friends they said I'm scared of. I told them that they mirror me. In my dreams, my ex is staring at. And I told her she should marry me. I try to right the wrongs, the hardest part. Believing wrong was right. Cause at one point in time, a boy was vibing, thought I wanted to fight. Now I'm thinking about that loss. Guess I'm writing out my wrongs tonight. Riding 10, but wrong direction. The 20 was my 85. The vibe went from day to night. Flew away like dandelions. I can't look. I'm looking for that peace you're finding. I've been putting my phone on silent. No such thing as perfect timing. The love is dead, ain't no T-minus. The love is dead, ain't no T-minus. We'll just go. Yeah, this is brief. Yeah. One day I'll look outside and look up to the sky to see the bombs coming with cruise missiles. I'm eye to eye, like the 4th of July. I wave my flag to say goodbye. Independence was only a lion's race. Break the jaw of lies. You're blind to it. We voted for this demise, but at least I'm going home to the original mastermind. The ARS has said it, and I know I'm gonna die, cause none of us survive. So escape by getting high. Careful when you coming, it's a lot of judgment I can never face. Most pulls are cut up, need a roll with touching alcohol, be rubbing, making no mistake. What's all around me, put it in a safe. Reaching on my pants, feeling like a check. I can make 100 do it all of a sudden. I just need some pence and I ain't talking money. Whoa, on the fly, punching the scene of life. Sleeping from 3 to the 5. Hottest the G's in my thigh. Melody gripping the mic. Pause, getting some tears in the sky. Hot, how I be getting in life. Hot, feeling it drip in my nose. It's not how many times that I froze. A lot, things ain't going no more. Shots, I'm in the waist of coke. Cross, getting set on the go. Boss, yeah, I be twinning the go. Wash, didn't be straight up just Cheerios. Like I be bouncing around with Mysterio. Hooking up just eat a cereal. Eating the pain like a terrible. I are like Derrick Jones, yeah.
As someone who's Korean, or as someone who is not black, we are outsiders within hip hop culture. We are guests here, and so we need to treat that with like a lot of respect. So I've made it, you know, one of my missions to really pay homage to all my influences that I've had in hip hop. I may not necessarily belong here, regardless of how culturally, how my life situations and scenarios have led me here to feel like this is home, because it is home for me, but to know that, you know, this can still be your home and you could still be a guest as well. All that to say, I think that there has been so much, you know, appropriation within K-pop as well as Korean hip-hop as well, if you're into that niche. They're so far removed from what they're taking from that they don't realize that, like, hey, you can't say that, or hey, maybe you should respect the culture a little bit more. Actually, that is one of those conflicts that I've always had, like, internally. It's like, I know that a lot of people, when they see me being Korean and in hip-hop, they're like, is he just here to profit off of hip-hop culture like we've seen so many people do in the past? And I always, like I said, I try to make it clear, like, that is not my intention at all, and that is not why I'm here. I'm here because hip-hop saved me, and I'm trying to just return it back to the game. You know, I try to make it very clear that that is what my mission is here. And I'll probably sing that a lot. Probably just over the piano. I'll, like, solo that out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the first line of Cole's verse, because that's one of my favorite lines of all time. You can't be everything to everybody. You can't be everything to everybody. And from there, it's gonna be my verse.
You can't be everything to everybody. Had to learn that the hard way last year. It was dark, almost had a low gap year. Because you had left low gap year. That's why it's been a minute since I talked. Me and love, it really been the plot. I see your friends on every step I walk. Got me thinking movers in the wrong. Real life, we ain't mama saying not really been besides me and the pattern of my friends. They know you moving different. That's probably chicken, but then leave it at that. Honest to God, I don't really get like John Taffy when he yell at the staff. Mix it with school, I've been questioning that. I've been easing my mind, I'm just trying to act. Taking hits, laying in the red star, started coming, had to spot the sin, was a long sin. Pull myself from the spider web, had to get outside from the grievances. A lot of nights I've been grieving you, though you still alive. I know we've been dead. November 9 felt like yesterday. I can close my eyes, know I see it's you. Had to stop myself from the danger spot, all I need is you. Flashback when we volunteer for the little kids, playing peekaboo. And I think I caught a glimpse of the future. I know that we could have been still partners and lovers, and maybe we could have been broken up over a split in the bill. Damn, back in cheeks for the 1 year. Hitting well, really 2 years. I was so in love. Then I got to college and my favorite flowers never glowed up or showed up. And soon enough, we was packing our bags on a whole different flight. Different waters on different places. Had a pair of feet, man, sluggish ain't like. Months later, had a conversation that I don't even know what to feel. For some random reason, had an inclination. I had wanted to cook you a meal. Like a part of gift or a no goodbye. The last time it was you and I. Are we parted ways? Are we taking sides? Last laugh, I'll let you decide. No, you ain't a kid no more. We'll never be the same again.
A lot of people who paved the way for me were like, you know, guys like Sam Ock, guys like, you know, You're the Ox, in terms of, you know, Asian American hip hop, Mountain Brothers. And so I think my influences are always changing, but I would say that as I slowly started listening more, you know, in middle school and high school, and started to develop my like taste for music, it extended to beyond just hip hop. I think I'm such a consumer of music. I always want to keep learning more. I want to be like, you know, how does this culture play into this? And so, you know, when people ask me, who are your like top 3 like favorite artists right now? And I'm like, I'm glad you put that right now, because I think the artists that I listened to and my favorite artists at the time were always changing. And somehow we transition maybe chromatically to A minor. And then once I'm sitting on that A minor, let it ring, let it ring, let it ring, let it ring, boom. Again, thank you guys for coming out tonight. This is the final act. This is called Taking It Home Now. So we're taking it home now. Let's take it home now. Hey, y'all gotta sing that part for me, guys. Are you scared to try again? Come on, come on. Give me some help out here. Yeah.
behind the couch, waiting tables till she's 28. I just wanna tell her, but I gotta tell her, yeah. But she's scared to try again. There you go. Scared to try again. Yeah. Are you scared to try again? Are you scared to try again? Yeah. You wanna be a thing again. They said the first things, asking for the decent night, never wanna meet again. Tell me what the reason is. Got all the petty friends jealous of what you got. Think of the things once you pull me to the side and tell me what all feeling is. Then you gotta vibe and read it to find a reason. Can't take it to the next. She playing games, I'm sick of it. One more time. They all wanna see you, they just wanna be you, babe. Do it how you want it, do it, don't you run away.
And then we'll transition to the next song or something like that. But yeah.
But to put all these people in the same room and to just have a gathering like this, it means more than the music to me. That's not what this night is about. It's just a night where we can have a little bit of community and have a little break from all the bull that's going on outside. But yeah, let's get it. This is El Omnibus. This is a remix, I guess. Yeah. Woo! I was gonna say turn it down, but no, this is not a song. We'll keep it up. Yeah. This way for a long time, hopping it down like an ill mind. How could I quit when I'm still trying to make ends meet? That sounds real blind. Blind to death, I'ma still sign. On first base, trying to steal a sign. David blank, I'ma reach a line. Then it's on go, like I'm cop tied, just to stay holding in, trying to get this landing. Those punchlines over here, kids. But the pyramid got me happy. I'm the music to knowledge and business savvy. I don't mean a brag, they gon' think I'm hurting in this cruise breeze. When the end is the burden, the rest is the burden, the back. Or bring the God, nah, 10 soldiers around. But it's still taking off the seat, no spring. But it looks to bear up. AT&T, yeah, my coverage is same. Been here 7 years, and I'm planning on stand. These are my lows, so it's me in the game. Yeah, I'm playing the top shoot, check the bad I play. Check the bad I play. From Atlanta, and I'm into the career. Check the foundation, man, I gotta show my gear. When the plan got full, I just wanna get the gear. When it got too high, I just wanna do a beer. So I'm riding the speed, I can see the road. I'm a driver like a super little, but I got a gas on the happy. Old guys, one arm, two in your producer. I know I ain't really no competition with so far. Turns out, yeah, he's trying to do the whole time. You all let me go, you all let me go. No matter how I shine, it's not. That's why it's hard to rap, so you gotta crap. Yeah, I still remember graduation, it was loud. It's with singing when I took a photo to the bound. Thank you. I hope you had a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You know, the stuff that we filmed leading up to it this week, I think what I said was that the point of this is that it's gonna happen, not necessarily how it goes. And so I gotta keep going back to that and be like, hey, this happened, and I'm very grateful. It was not about me tonight. I'm just very blessed that everyone showed out. And so, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Are we going to see another one in the future?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Very nice.
Absolutely.